So guys, we have at last finally hit 10K, the big 5-digit number, and I am lucky enough to have it saved. I print screened it the night it happened. I stayed up for it to happen because I was kind of confident that was going to happen at that exact same night, rather tomorrow. We hit 10 freaking K. That's huge. I love each and every one of you from the bottom of my heart on this earth. I love you all. You are all squeaky clean people. Make sure to shower with Dove. They have shampoo and conditioner. On to the point. I'm going to be thanking a lot of people here, but it's going to be a YouTube history, and it's going to be really interesting. So please make sure to stay through the entire video, no matter how long it is. I doubt it's going to be that long. Will not even be an hour, but probably be around 30 minutes, but please stay through around it because it is going to be full of a lot of stuff if you want to get to know me a little more, and it's going to be about a bunch of other people that you also enjoy, so please make sure to stay for that. 10K, holy shit, never thought I'd get here. But again, I love each and every one of you, I really do, and that's who I'm going to be thanking first. You guys, subscribers, for watching my videos, for liking them, for leaving feedback, for enjoying them, for believing in Earth, for believing in Bleezes, for using Dove. I love each and every one of you. You guys are fucking awesome. And I gotta thank, in the description, I gotta thank my most memorable people that really helped me out. A bunch of my friends, Illumio Station crew, definitely each and every one of them, definitely them. Also had great help from my friends Mulvone, Tyranitar Tube. They just were a really huge help. Like, those guys are just great. I really do appreciate them. I'm glad that I got to interact and meet them and become really good friends with them. And I am the type of person who really cherishes friends. And yeah, let's get straight with it. First off, in YouTube history, I guess we should start from the beginning. So alright, so it all started off in a little town called Ohio, and I guess that's where I live, but I guess it's where it all started off, and I did not know that YouTube was a thing. I knew it was a thing, but I knew it was around. I just didn't try it. And my friend Siren really was enjoying YouTube. He was a competitive battler, and I decided I wanted to be that, and I wanted to showcase my battles and show people how good I am, because I'm not trying to sound cocky, but I am horribly confident with my skills and competitive play. So we all have our bad moments at hacks and all that and yada yada for another day, but that's where it all started off, and I decided to showcase my battles. So I made the YouTube channel called NumbNexus. Yes, this is my first channel. I have never once moved, never once gone on hiatus, because I know moving and going on hiatus can really mess up your channel, and I know that that is not a way that you want to do to continue growth. So I did not move channels or go on hiatus ever. If things ever got too distraught, I would try as well as I can to make a video and upload it, and I'd even have some on unlisted so that I could upload it the following day. But this is exactly where I started off. So the first person I really met on YouTube has to be a very memorable friend. The first person that I really met, well, it was two people, but the first two people that I met on YouTube were David and Callum. David and Callum were the first people that I met on YouTube, and I really started to interact with. I became really good friends with them right away. How I met Callum is I asked for when it was on a Shiny Shaman TV, and I asked him for an intro because he was making intros, and we added each other on Skype. We started talking afterwards. He made me the intro. It was a really good intro, but now looking back at it, I'm sure that Callum doesn't even make intros anymore, but looking back at it, it was really memorable. I don't have the messages saved anymore because it's on my really bad computer, which is much worse than this one, but it was really memorable. I wish I would have still had it because it was really great. I cherish those kind of things, and yeah, it was really amazing. Callum would even make me icons and stuff and banners, and it was really helpful. He really helped me throughout the way, and I would definitely support him back. Though, like he is now today, he grew rapidly on Shiny Shaman. He hit 1K so fast, and it was just really incredible. He's a really great guy and a really great friend that I love. He is a really good friend of mine. And I have David next, who I met David when, I kind of met David through Callum, because David knew Callum, and, No, I met David before he knew Callum, and me and David would just talk on and off. It was when he was on his Sensational LX account, though I did know him on Nintendo Sensation. I actually did meet him on Nintendo Sensation right as he was about to move to Sensational LX. After he got partnership from Fullscreen, it was when the splurge when Planet Poke came, and they were accepting a bunch of people through YouTube partnership, and David was one of those lucky people because he had like 1,000 subscribers to be partnered by Planet Poke. But in order to do that, Planet Poke made a lot of people move from content copyright. It was really gay, but an AdSense issue and all that, so he moved to a new channel, Sensational LX, and that is when he moved, and that's when we and him started talking, and we started talking more than we were in Nintendo Sensation. And then we started to add each other on Skype, so because it's really a hassle. I met a lot of people through YouTube comments. It's really a hassle to go to their channel and keep commenting a conversation. So we added each other on Skype, and this is when Skype looked ancient. So this is around 2 years ago, 2.5, and that's when we started talking on Skype. It was really amazing because we started to get to know each other a lot, and we were really close friends. David honestly is one of the people that I really started to open up to, and that's why you see a bunch of people making fun of David, but I really can't make fun of David. David is a really nice guy, and I really do cherish and love the guy. He's one of the first people that I really opened up to, and one of the first people that I really did have a strong connection with on YouTube, as well as Callum. Those two have just mean a lot to me, and I'm really thankful that our friendships just keep getting stronger and stronger, and that we're still friends today. Now after that, after meeting them, there was a collaboration channel that started off, and that collaboration channel was called Gion, which is held by Pokey Cineplex, and I wasn't a part of Gion, the main one. I applied several times, but they declined me, only because Jeremiah, I don't know why, but he declined me because he didn't, not even decline, didn't respond. And Jeremiah, I guess he just forgot to look at the image, which he was the content, not the content creator, but a content owner, as well as Pokey Cineplex. But speaking of that, Jeremiah was the next person that I met, and I met him around August of 2 years ago, which is a little bit afterwards, like a few months afterwards from it was the summer of that day, because I made my channel on September 21st, 2009, I think. I can't even remember, but I think it was 2011. Yeah, 2011. I made it somewhere around there, and I think it might even been 2010. I can't remember, but I always could look, but I'm being really lazy right now. But I met Jeremiah somewhere around the next following August of there, so September, then school year, and then summer break, and August is when I met Jeremiah. And I actually met him through Cyber, who was also another friend of mine who I don't talk to anymore. He just disappeared out of nowhere, but I don't talk to him anymore. But I guess I met Jeremiah through him because he did add me into a call with Jeremiah, and it was 4 a.m. and I don't even know why I was up at the time. I just could not sleep, and I was doing an all-nighter. I had the house to myself. Everyone is gone. I might as well, you know? So I started talking to Jeremiah. We started clicking right away. We had bunches of laughs, and we were watching multiple videos of all this weird stuff that if we look at today is not even funny at all. We were watching all of these videos that were just hysterical, and we were dying of laughter for some reason. And then when Cyber had to go, it was just me and Jeremiah, so he added me as a Skype contact, and we got into our own little private call, and we just talked the entire night, and it was really amazing. I really enjoyed the time. I honestly would go through all of these memories with people that I had, because I am a type of person that really cherishes them, and I am horribly cherishable with memories. I am, but yeah, me and Jeremiah, we just stayed up. Me and Jeremiah just stayed up all the way till 11 a.m. and that's when we finally decided to crash. And then we started to talk every day. We'd be in Skype calls every single day. If I wasn't a Skype group, just IMing Callum or David, because at the time we really could not Skype call that much, I guess because my mic was really busted up, and I wouldn't even commentate my old videos, which are still on my channel today. I just privated them, but I wouldn't commentate them because either I didn't have a mic or my mic was so poor. So I would just IM them whenever I was in a group with them. Those very small groups, we'd have what, 5-7 people in it. It wasn't that much, but I would just IM them while being in the call so I could hear them. But if I wasn't doing that, I'd be talking to Jeremiah, and it was really awesome. It was definitely really awesome. We just sit there talking about Pokemon. We even played our Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire little we had like the actual game chips at our own houses, so we'd even play that, and we made a challenge to see who could defeat the game first. Clearly I won, but it was really fun. Until Jeremiah's Sav messed up, that's how I won, but it was really fun. We only got to Viridian Forest though. It was a little unfortunate, but and I still talk to Jeremiah today. He's not really a PokeTuber, he's more of a Crash Bandicoot tuber. It is a community and there isn't really much of them out there. That's why he's the biggest Crash Bandicoot tuber. So he's a really great friend of mine, and I really do cherish meeting him. And if I would have never met him, I don't think my life would be what it is today. And I really appreciate that, Jeremiah. I love you, bro. As well as David and Callum, I love you guys. You guys are great. But moving on now, I think afterwards would be the next following up school year. And that's when I started to branch out and meet other people, because I decided to have more friends. So I met this girl called Cyflare, and she was really amazing to talk to. And we would talk to each other on Skype all the time, even in calls sometimes. And then one day we were, one day she had me on Skype and we started getting into voice calls, and she asked me about a simulator called, it was more of like a ROM, or not even a ROM, it was some weird kind of simulator thing that you could download or play, but it was called Super Smash Flash, and that's when I started to figure out about that game, and I made a video about it the exact same day, which is still on my channel if you go check it out. It is copyright claimed though, because of the owned by Nintendo. When Nintendo came to YouTube, it's kind of dumb, but that's kind of how I met, as well as play Kid Icarus together on the DS when it came out. It was really fun, but I don't know what happened to her. I completely lost contact with her. Her Skype is she never gets on anymore, and her YouTube channel is closed down from her accidentally deleting her Gmail, her Google Plus, and ever since then I've never really heard from her. So I guess it's a little unfortunate. So I mean, if you ever watch this video, Cyflare, you were a really good friend of mine. I'd love to talk again, but I've just never heard from her since, and it's really unfortunate. I hate losing friends. I'm not that kind of person, so I guess it's really unfortunate that I lost her, but alright, next person after her I met was, well, kind of before her, it was kind of in between Jeremiah and Callum. Kind of in between that was Cyber and Josh, which were Cyber Chimchar and the Gassy Ninja. Well, he was called Blaze Ghost of Fire, Blazing Ghost of Fire at the time. And he was like the biggest YouTuber I knew that I spoke to. He had 900 subscribers, and that was the biggest that I spoke to. So I did kind of feel like he was famous. I thought 900 was big at the time. It was a little unfortunate. I kind of thought the Let's Playing wasn't that big at the time, and I thought, well, this is when I first started YouTube, so I didn't think that Let's Play was big at the time, and which is nowhere near as big as it was now, but I didn't think it was big at the time, and I thought that 900 would be big. So I started talking to them, and they're really great people. They showed me how to download ROMs and how to play ROMs. So I guess if it wasn't for them, I would have never really known how to do that. But yeah, we just sit around in Skype calls and play Gold, Silver, Crystal together, and we do like our own little mini runs, and it was really fun, and it was really awesome. There was also a guy called Luxray Swagger who I met afterwards of Jeremiah, who I'd talk to occasionally, and another guy called Machoked, and he was also one of the people like David who moved channels from partnership, and he gained partnership on his new channel. It was a huge splurge, if anybody remembers that, when full screen came to YouTube. It was really big, but yeah, they were also great, memorable people. I don't have much memories of them. I just remember talking to them on the daily. That's really it. We just talked normally, so it was really fun. But another person that I met that was really a real good friend of mine, who really is not active anymore, and I've never seen him since then. The last time I saw him was around 2 months ago, and that was like very rare. But it was my friend Sean, Hockey Freak 827. I can't even remember the numbers, but my friend Sean, me and him and Jeremiah were like the best of friends. We'd always like get into Skype calls and just chat and sit there and talk about like the stupidest stuff. Again, we would always like link each other to these videos that if we watch again today, they are not even funny at all. I don't know why we found them funny, but it was not funny at all. And I really did cherish those moments, because if you look back at it, life really has gone by very quickly, because that was 2.5 years ago. And I was around 15 when I started YouTube, and now currently as I'm speaking I'm 18, so I was 15 turning 16. My birthday's in October and I started in September, so that's why it seems it's not 3 years, it's around like It's not 3 years, I just know that. But I started YouTube at 15 and I'm 18 now. So really, if you look back at it, a lot has happened. That's why I would love for you guys to continue watching. I don't know if you continue watching, but I would really appreciate it. But afterwards from Sean is when I started talking to, I didn't start to talk to them a lot, but I started when I figured out of Nick, Sacred Fire Negro, which he wasn't Sacred Fire Negro at the time. He was Azure XD, something like that. It was like Azure Plays XD. That was his username, and he always had a Tales of Symphonia icon. So you kind of would know it him, but I didn't really talk to him that much. We were kind of distant at the time. We weren't that close as we are now, but I started to get to know him a little bit. All I knew was of his existence and like who he was. It's really it. We would be in the same Skype group for like a day, and then my Skype was messing up, so I left and I was never really added back. But yeah, that was a long time ago. I doubt he remembers. I have a great memory, but yeah, it's when I started to meet him, and then we started to become really close over this following summer. Around May is when we started to become really close. I started getting back added into the Skype group, and I started to get really close with him and a bunch of other people, and this is where I started to really get close with Red Snivy, Mark, Rock Band, he was Rock Band 005 at the time, and I became friends with like a lot of people. Aaron, they're just really great people. But on with that, Nick, I met Nick through Gexion, really, because everyone in Gexion started to know each other. It was like a Lumios thing, you know, like we would know each other eventually if we didn't know each other, but you know, well, in Lumios we already knew each other. But anyways, I was trying to make a similarity, but I guess that did not work out at all. But I met Nick through Gexion. I know he was on Gexion. He wasn't nowhere near as big as he was at the time. The time I met him, he was around 200 subscribers. I know he would on and off move a lot of channels. He moved from Azure to Azure Flames to OPS does LPs, and now his current channel, Sacred Fire Negro, which he has not left. And I'm really proud of him for doing that. He's continuing on, and that makes me really proud. But yeah, Nick is a horribly really close friend of mine. We have so much in common. We just sit in calls and laugh each and every day, and we laugh at the stupidest shit that today I can still find hilarious and don't look back on. We start like all these trends, and it's just hysterical. Like, I really love the guy. He's like a brother to me. I really do love the guy. I really do. But then the next person I have to thank after that is Red Snivy, and I think you guys all know Red Snivy. Red Snivy is he is the Red Snivy, but we just talk about like the stupidest, trolliest stuff. Like Red Snivy is a huge troll. I feel uncomfortable calling him Snivy, but Joey is a huge troll. He is known as the DDoS King, and it's really funny because he'll DDoS people. He won't actually do it, but he threatens them, and it's just really funny because we talk about, like, again, the dumbest shit. We'll talk about like the most that would make other people feel offended, like the Holocaust, 9/11. Like, we say these things that would make people feel offended and have no mercy. It's just great. I really do love the guy. He's like a little brother to me. I really do love the guy. I really do. And Mark, Rock Band 005, his first channel that I met him on. He actually was pretty big on that channel. He maxed out at 700, but he had a lot of inactive subscribers, so he did move channels. I think that was the only time he moved channels, and he moved to the channel he's currently at right now, Rock Band Luigi, who's doing the Avatar run with me, Calum, and Noel, and I'll get to Noel. But yeah, that's when I started to meet Mark. Me and Mark would talk all the time through IM, but we never really would voice or anything else. So what we decided to do is we started to talk to each other a little more, and it was really awesome. We linked each other our videos because we didn't know of our channels, ironically, and it never really came up to question. So I did ask about it, and he asked about it, and we had one big thing in common that we actually did together on my channel that is still on. We loved playing the guitar to the point where I did over the summer a Super Mario Sunshine theme that I did as a dual guitar cover of Mark, and it was just really something else. It really was something else. We were not as good as we were now. Trust me, much better guitar player than I am now. But yeah, it was something to really look back on, something to definitely look back on. You guys can watch the video, it's still on here, but I don't recommend it. It wasn't the best on sync again, and it was kind of when I was a lot smaller. At the time I was around 1.5k, so but next after Mark, I did meet Aaron Duber Bloober, and Aaron is the blackest guy I know. Aaron is just so black. He's black to the point where he's black. I can't explain it. But Aaron and me, we're like the minority sometimes, because we have like these things that no one else has in common with, like, I don't know how to explain it. It's just really hard to explain. It's more like a feeling, you know? But yeah, Aaron is a real good friend of mine. We have been talking now for since like May as well, but we've become just really good friends. We really clicked on and off. He really isn't active on YouTube at all, but he just says like the funniest stuff. Anything that he says you have to laugh at, because like, again, he's black. You can't laugh at it at all. Like, he'll be like, I don't know, everyone is his nigga. That's how it works off in a way. Everyone is his nigga. But no, I love those guys so much. I really do. Mark, Snivy, Aaron, Nick, I really do love those guys in church. To meet each and every day, to talk to them, be friends with them. I really do. And if it wasn't for them, I would definitely not be where I'm at right now. And definitely not drinking some water before you commentate is a dumb idea. But the next person I'm going to be talking about is gosh golly, the next person I'm going to be talking about is actually my friend's, this is where I started to meet Nappy. This is actually a really good story about that. Me and Nappy met through the tournament that he had over the summer, and I knew of his existence. I knew he was a YouTuber. I've been watching his videos from on and off. I figured out about him from Shoutout when he did a rap, and he was at 2k and just skyrocketed to 6k. But I met him around when he was at 6k, and he did a tournament. And when he did that tournament, me and a bunch of friends, we entered in it, and he wasn't as big as he was now, so not that many people signed up. So it was a max of around 32 people. And when that happened, it was me, Callum, and Nick that signed up for the tournament. And there was also David too, but he got out so fast. And there's also my friend Aaron and Mark. They joined the female Aaron. She joined the tournament as well as Mark, but they couldn't make it, so they weren't there. But me, Callum, and Nick were just in a Skype call as the tournament was happening. And unfortunately enough, Callum and Nick were in the same. They were in the same tier. They were both in RU, so it was a little. But I was tied up in the UU bracket, and that's when Nappy put a bunch of people into calls and would give us announcements and everything. And I felt really awesome because someone that big was talking to me. And then that's when we entered the tournament, and that's when I ended up winning the tournament. I won the entire thing. I did lose the first match. I did make a bunch of horrible plays, and the guy that I faced was really good, but we were kind of at the same level, but his team had some flaws that he could not run. He did not follow the rules, so he was forfeited. That's what everyone called they call it the Cinderella effect. They call it Cinderella effect. And after that loss, I never lost again, and then I ended up destroying everybody in the entire tournament, and I ended up winning the tournament. And that is when I was given a huge congratulations. And at the same time, he followed me on Twitter and subscribed to me and everything, and I was like, whoa, what's going on? And I guess we just started to become friends after that. I did upload a video from much of my good battles that I had from the tournament onto my own channel, and he commented it and everything and liked it, and I was like, whoa. Because I was really surprised that all of it was happening. But I guess in a way that tournament was really fun to go to. That tournament was horribly fun to go to, and I enjoyed that night a lot. We stood up till like 3 a.m. just talking, and yeah, that's when me and Nappy started to become really close after that tournament. We started to just talk a lot, and Nappy really wanted to start to get into competitive battling before 6th Gen came out. So I was really just that guy there to help him out and everything, and it was really fun. We'd sometimes just stay up in calls with like Kristen and David and Callum, and we would just like play Showdown sometimes, and David would run like these bootleg sets that nobody would run, like Shadow Ball, Rotom Cut. And we'd have a lot of laughs here and there. And since we're talking about Nappy, we might as well go out, transition slowly into Kristen. Kristen is also there a lot for most of the times. Kristen is there almost all the time. Like, she's a very reliable friend. You can really rely on her a lot. She'll be there, and she is she's also got a very similar sense of humor as mine. I have a huge sense of humor when it comes to a bunch of like oddly perverted things. And that is basically the definition of Kristen. So and for those two guys, I definitely would not be here without them, because we did all start together Lumio Station as well at the same time. They've definitely helped me out a lot, and I don't know what else more that I could do that I could thank them and appreciate them. I really do love those guys, both of them at the same time. They're both great friends, and I'm glad that I met them. But now we can talk about since I didn't really go too much in depth with it, I guess I could talk about the whole ODS thing. And not many people know what ODS stands for, and it stands for Only the Squad. And it is basically just a group of our friends. It's like Jeremiah, Aaron, Cam, David, Kami, Luke, Mark, Mike, Mo, Callum, Nick, I mean, I guess Noah, but he's a Jewish, Lek, Plasma, Snivy, Sam, Noel, Shino, Throw, and Tuck. And that's basically who all is in ODS. And we just like, we love to have fun. That's what we do. It is really fun. I feel like really bad not going in depth with all of them, but I guess I can categorize it into a group and go into some of them. But I really do love the entire crew of ODS, man. Like, they make my days feel so much better. Like, you know, when you come home from a really stressed day and there's a call in ODS, you just join it, you will laugh and enjoy yourself. It's just amazing. I really do love each and every one of those guys at the bottom of my heart. But I did kind of meet Shino too late last minute. Me and Shino are still kind of new. I met Shino around July, and we've been really good friends since then. I know Shino was in like a bunch of like, he was going through some trouble, and he was hanging around the wrong crowd around the time, so we had to get him out of there. And then I was not hanging around with those people anymore, so Shino's definitely alright, but he has been a little ghost, I guess, since he does do college and real life has been slowly taken over. So I guess it's understandable, but Shino really is a great friend of mine. I really did help him out in bunches of ways. I kind of helped him out in a way too, but at the same time he kind of helped me out more along in the support. Shino is just a really good friend of mine, and really glad that I met him. He's a very funny guy. I'm glad that I met him, and I love the guy so much. I also met God, I cannot think about it at the top of my head. I really can't. But this is also the time where I started to become really close friends with Noel. And Noel is not even a PokeTuber himself. Noel is a Kingdom Hearts tuber. I am doing the Avatar run with him though. He decided to do something Pokemon related. And Noel is a really good friend of mine. Me and Noel can talk about Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep for hours and hours and hours. And he's just one of those casual, laid back guys. He's just there. Like, he really is just there. And I like how this is a YouTube history, but it's more along like my YouTube friends history. So I guess I can call it that, more of a YouTube friends history, and a big thanks and everything. And here who I wouldn't be out with, here who I wouldn't be without. But next up, PK Sparks. Yeah, I met PK Sparks kind of recently. Me and PK Sparks really started to click around somewhere around, actually around October, a little early October. And PK just came like out of the blue, and we started to become really good friends with PK. PK was just a really chill guy, and PK is not even a PokeTuber himself. Again, he is a Mario tuber, but PK is really getting into Pokemon, and PK is one of those people that used to be OG. He used to competitive battle to like 4th gen, but he hasn't really touched 5th gen because 5th gen is very dry, and he's now coming back stronger than ever. He's really surprised me. PK is really good at like, he's actually a challenge to battle, because I love battling challenging people. And me and PK are just like those Wi-Fi bros. We just talk forever and ever about like weird sets that we could run, competitive sets and all of that. And Wi-Fi battling just made me and PK click right away. We just got along just like that. And PK is just a really good guy. He really is. I definitely appreciate the guy, the PK Pokemon King. Man, PK is awesome, man. I love the guy. At the same time though, I also forgot to mention Dark, which is Lek. He is also one of the first people that I met on YouTube around Jeremiah, David, and Callum. Dark is the fourth guy that is one of the first people that I met on YouTube. And after around that I met him. He was decent at GFX. He was decent. I met him through a collab. He inboxed me on YouTube asking if I wanted to join a collab. It was a horribly named collab called Gaming Federation. I think it had the and then an X in front of it. I don't even remember. But the channel had 58 subscribers. It really wasn't doing that well, and eventually the collab died within 2 months. It also was a big splurge at the time when full screen networks were partnering people, at the time when people wanted to make their own networks or make a collaboration channel, which also sparked Gexion, but we already got into that. Lek was not, I call him Lek now because I've been way too used to it, but his old channel was Dark Lections, and he was actually really big on that channel. He got up to 700 subscribers, 800 max. So the channel had a bunch of inactive subscribers, so he did leave it and he moved to a channel called Dark Chaosity then, and then he left that channel and he went to Official Lek, and then he left that channel and closed it, and now he's just done with YouTube and everything, which I feel kind of bad of. I still talk to the guy, which I'm really fortunate about, but he is the best GFX artist. Like in the Pokemon community, he is the best GFX artist. There also is my friend Cam, who's also a black guy. That's not surprising that a black guy is really good at GFX, but yeah, Dark is just the best GFX guy. Dark Lections, he's a crazy GFX guy. He made a bunch of commissions because he would commission people, and they would pay, like, people would pay for his stuff. That's how good he was. And basically almost all of my art was made by him besides thumbnails, and I really do appreciate everything that he did for me. Definitely, if it wasn't for him, I would not be here where I am today, because he did help me out with the GFX side, because I myself suck ass at GFX besides thumbnails. So he made most of my layouts and stuff, but he doesn't make it anymore, so please don't bother him about it. And I definitely love the bro. I met him, I've known him for a long time. I definitely love the bro, but through Dark I met my friend John, and I feel uncomfortable calling him John because I call him Keith each and every day, and he's Pokemon. I've done a bunch of videos with him. If you guys don't know who he is, God, I burped inside. That is horribly unprofessional, but yeah, he put me in a call with him randomly one day, and John, being the white guy he is, assumed that I was hot-headed, I think, because at the time I met him, I was at 2K, and I guess he assumed that a bunch of big people were like how a lot of people would also think that big people are, as in like really cocky and greedy, but I was definitely not like that, and not all big people are like that. But that's when we started to click. We just really started to talk a lot. We didn't really talk that much though the first time Dark put me in a call with him, but then the next time we did, there's also my friend Nips in there, Septile MC, and yeah, I just started bashing the crap out of New Jersey. I told him that New Jersey is the worst place to live, and New Jersey is shit. And he leaves the call immediately and blocks me. Oh god, I probably just exposed him right now, but yeah, his New Jersey pride was huge back then. But the kid's overall a good guy. That I really cherish the kid, as well as John. Me and John do almost everything together. I can't believe I'm calling him John, but it's really serious. We do almost everything together though. Like we did a thing over the summer where we wanted to mess around in Little Cup, since nobody plays that tier, and we wanted to get to the top, and ironically we did. We hit number 1, both of us, and then we dropped down to number 15 to number 28, and eventually got out of the top 100 because we stopped playing. And I would always run like these bootleg sets that he always would find them to be trash, but it got me to number 1. My Choice Scarf Mankey and Choice Specs Chimchar. It was really funny because he would tell me that Specs Chim is really bad, but I never gave up hope on it. I thought it was a great Pokemon, and he would always tell me to run Scarfed Meanfu instead, but I liked Mankey a lot better, Gen 1. So yeah, we do a lot together. It's also how I kind of met his girlfriend, which is not weird at all. She's actually a really nice person, and she's helped me out through a lot of things mentally, and I really do appreciate it. I've also started to meet Zero through that, who is he actually just moved to a new channel, but I just met Zero through that as well. And Zero is the most funniest Mexican you can ever come across. The man is just like, he's the funniest Mexican ever. Anything that he says, you just have to laugh at, because he's like that Mexican that is just horribly funny, horribly funny. But basically they're all the troop, which you see Pokemon talking about, and I guess I'm part of that. or proudly a part of that, I should be saying. I know he's probably gonna bite at me for that, but it's like a little it's like what our group is called. He gave it the name The Troop, and it really was older. I just wasn't a part of it because I didn't know them at the time, but now we're all really good friends, and we're just in Skype calls day and night now because they're all done with college. They're on their break, so we're just in Skype calls day and night now, and it's really cheerful. I really do cherish the moments that I have, because you have to enjoy the moments that you have now rather than the moments that you will have in the future. But yeah, I definitely appreciate them. I absolutely love them to death, and we always have like these inside jokes, and it's just hysterical. And afterwards that I really would assume that would be it. I feel like I just pointed out everybody, so I don't think I need to point out anybody anymore. But I really could just go on and on. I really could go on and on. I really could. I couldn't forget my friends though. Jay, me and Jay, I've actually known Jay for a long time. Me and Jay have known each other for a long time. Jay, YouTube gamer. And I knew him on his old channel, Gamer J, where he had the little Ella kid for a mascot, which is still somewhat of his mascot. Now it's just a black guy. And I mean, me and Jay were not as close, but now we are much closer now. Jay is like the funniest black guy. He's basically the David, but not. Like he's King Fold basically. We just love to mess around with him because he's like a target, you know. He's really funny to mess around with. But overall, Jay's just a really good guy. He really is, and he's swiggity swag. I absolutely adore the guy, as well as my friend Mo, the terrorist of this squad, and he is just I don't even know what to say about Mo. Me and Mo just really just had so much in common that we clicked right away. Basically, if you have same if you have interest in anime and you have interest in anime, you will get along with me horribly quickly, and that's what Mo was, and we just got along right away. And he was also really good friends with Cam, so we were eventually bound to become friends, but we did, and I cherish the days because it really is amazing. He's a great guy, and it's just hysterical because of stuff that we do when we mess with women. So it's really funny, and like the inside terrorist jokes are hysterical. And then we have the Exiles. We could never forget about the Exiles. The Exiles are about they're like the largest British couple. They're so famous. The British couple, a famed British couple. I cannot believe they talk to me. They're so famous. No, but they're like the best people ever. They're like known to be married. But I don't even know if they are, but they're like a British couple out there that's like the best British couple out there. I can't even put it more to that. They really are. And they're just really great people. They always find ways to have fun. Like they can find amusement into anything. And like if you just listen to their commentaries, it's the best thing ever. They have the most heaviest, especially Liam, he's got the heaviest Unlawful Exiles. He's got like the heaviest British accent ever. It just makes you laugh. It really does. But overall, they're great people too. You gotta adore them. They're great. I could not be here without them and all the people that I named. Good God. All right, there we go. And then we have I want to say 2 more mentions. Then we have Lux, and Lux is a Asian teacher, in quote Asian, and again, I would not be here without her because she is a huge support. Lux. I'm probably just saying this to make her feel better, but Lux actually is a huge support. She's always really there. She's doing her little shindigs, usually leaving those interesting comments, and she's just a really good person, you know. She's a teacher. You can learn a lot from her. I absolutely adore her as well. I would not be here again without her, so I do love her too. And then we got the not but last Safazan. I wouldn't be here without Safazan. Safazan just always is like, even in bad moments, he's in good mood. He knows how to make people feel better. He's just got the voice, you know. He's got that white voice. You know, that white guy that stands out? That's the Faison. He's the white guy that stands out, that makes things a lot better. And he's an idea guy. He's a huge idea guy, as you can see from his channel. He's a very huge idea guy. So he's a really good friend. And then I gotta thank my friend Stu. And because Stu has really been there for a long time. I've known Stu since like the summer as well. same my period amount of time of ODS, and he really isn't known as well, but he's a really good battler. Me and Stu would just sit around battling a lot. The time I met him, he wasn't that good of a battler, and he just came up to me and he's like, yeah man, you're probably a better battler than me, and I just started dying. It was the best thing that I really ever heard, and since then me and Stu have just clicked. The Irish jokes and black jokes that we make against each other are so real, and god, that's really it. Again, I gotta thank the subscribers as well. You guys are great. I appreciate every day you guys watch my videos. It is completely insane. Oh god, and it's just amazing. I really do. I appreciate each and every day of it. And YouTube is just an amazing thing to do. You know, if you want some huge advice, the huge advice is to not quit. If you're gonna go on hiatus, try to make it as slow as possible, as little as possible, and try to stay to one channel. Do content that people would enjoy and that you would enjoy. If you can maintain those three things, then really you will be all right and you will grow yourself. But that is really it. That is the YouTube history of what I have gone through and everything. I know it wasn't really much more of myself, because really I care more of others than myself. And the last mention I gotta give is the silly cat. We don't even talk anymore. A bunch of stuff happened that just made me feel horrible, and I guess I didn't appreciate her company as well as you would think, and I really took it for granted. I doubt she's gonna watch this video, but I guess I apologize for that. But I guess when you start to hit certain points in YouTube, you start to realize the smaller things, and you start to, I guess, try to take them in a little better. But I guess we can also say there were the people out. I really did not hate anyone. I guess we can say hating is not really a positive thing to do, and that really will kind of lead you into a bad area. I'm a huge pacifist, so I guess we can make it that way. But okay, I'm just gonna stop talking now. So make sure to give this video a huge thumbs up, the massively large. This video is quite long, so I hope you stayed to hear the entire thing. And make sure to leave the huge like. And again, I would not be here without all you guys. I really have to thank each and every one of you. I would not be here without all of you. I love you all. Praise Bleezes. Remember, at the end of the day, we're just all normal people living on this earth side by side. Stay clean, stay fresh, don't stay salty, and until the next time guys, I will catch you all later.